Imagine creating an app that nobody wanted, changing their strategy once, making one product pivot, and now billions of people use it. That's exactly what WhatsApp did, but it almost failed before it started soaring. Hey, this is Sully, and I've spent years helping out startups with AI-powered tools. And today we look at WhatsApp back when it was a startup. Yeah, let's really go deeper into the messaging giant's early roots. When WhatsApp launched in 2009, it was just a status update app. That's it, just statuses. Think of it like Facebook, except there was no news feed or anything like that. So very, very bare bones, just like statuses. And founders Jan Koum and Brian Acton struggled to attract users, right? Users just didn't seem to care. Like if you looked at their statuses, I think the vision was the status might be, I'm going to go get a Coursera course tomorrow. Or this next 6 months, I'm going to spend traveling across Europe. I'm in Belgium now. But users weren't doing that. Instead, what the statuses actually looked like were, I'm at the gym, or battery low. Nobody was hooked. The app was flatlining, it was dying, and WhatsApp almost became a app store relic, right? Like ready to put it in the grave. But then came the moment that changed everything. One of the founders, Jan Koum, saw that users were updating statuses a little weirdly. Like, I will be home soon as a status update. What is going on for dinner as a status update? So he noticed that users were actually chatting through each other through statuses. They weren't interested in broader updates. They were interested in just directly talking to each other. And at that time, remember, messaging solutions were not free. There was no Facebook Messenger, no Instagram Messenger, and SMS used to cost money. So this was like the best free alternative in 2009. What happened next? There was a quick pivot from WhatsApp. It wasn't overnight, but it was very, very quick that they transformed from a status update app to a messaging platform. And they simplified everything to get to market faster, right? No usernames, no passwords, just a phone number, and your messages get delivered instantly. Brilliant. And the founders realized that their curiosity had led them to learn correctly. WhatsApp went from thousands to millions of users in months, and it very much became a household name. Instead of people saying message it to me, people started saying WhatsApp it to me, which really changed like the growth, right? And if you recall one of my previous videos, this is exactly what I talked about. Curiosity. That's the number one trait a founder or a product manager needs to have. Like always be curious. And this is a great example. But pivots are not magic, right? Changing your strategy is not magic. There is risk involved. So how did WhatsApp limit this risk? Right, there was still some competition, and more messages meant that their servers needed to keep up. And at the end, it came down to just relentless focus, right? Just being focused on the mission, and trying to strip away any sort of distractions, bells and whistles. And what that meant for WhatsApp was focusing on the core messaging platform. They didn't try to expand to different areas too quickly, right? They made sure they were hitting the three things most critical to a messaging platform correctly: safety, so it was secure, reliable, and fast, right? These are the cores of any sort of messaging platform, and they made sure they got those right before moving on. And some might say WhatsApp is still focused on these three core pillars, like right. So it goes to show that being curious and then being focused on your bread and butter of business really pays dividends. And that's what happened to WhatsApp. Eventually, it became an unstoppable force. Some folks might be aware they got bought out by Mark Zuckerberg, by Facebook for $19 billion. And it's still used today's day and age by Europe, Africa, Asia. Not as much in North America and Canada and US, but it's still picking up. But yeah, the real story here is really that sometimes your users are telling you exactly what they want. You just have to look for a little bit of product misuse, right? And there's a lot of other examples of product misuse as well that we can go deeper into. So the smartest person in the room is not necessarily going to always win, but the curious one has a really, really good chance. So remember, if you're building something, listen closely, be a little bold, and remember, great products are never born perfect, so be ready to iterate. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and feel free to let me know in the comments if there's anything I can do better.